Hello everyone, today's episode I want to share with you a few things that have come in the mail. I'm really excited about some of the albums I've been listening to, some of the little projects I'm doing. If you're new to my channel, my name is Monica. I talk about music and records and CDs. A few years ago I did a vinyl tag of answering a few questions, and one of them was, if you could have music from just one spot of the world, where would it be? And of course I'm from California and I said LA. I changed my answer. It would be England, the British. The past few years, I've really just opened up into the British invasion and love it. The 60s. I thought the 60s were pretty cool in America from all the pictures and everything, but wow, it was happening in England. I wish I was there. All right, so the first thing I want to share with you right away is a record that I ordered. I had heard a little bit on streaming. Yes, I am taking a sneak peek on streaming just to make sure it's something I like. They're a band that formed in 1983 from Manchester, and I am loving British rock music. I am falling head over heels for them. This album is so good. I streamed it and I had to get the vinyl because it was so good. This album was released in 1989 and I guess I read that they blew up, but they didn't last too long. They did one more album on a different label and I'm curious to see what that sounds like. But my goodness, what a great album this was, and I can't even imagine what it was like in the early 90s kind of hearing it, because it was the rock music going more towards that like indie dreamy vibe, and I'm a big fan of that genre. A few years ago I was at the Goodwill and I found a ton of the Cure CDs for dollars. I mean $3 each, and I had known of this one. In fact, I had listened to a few of their greatest hits from this album, and so I was really excited just to dive into like all their other discography. This is the Cure Wild Swings, the Cure 413 Dream, this is the Cure Staring at the Sea singles, the Cure Wish album, and I was just blown away of how amazing every album is. It's a little bit different and kind of taps into a different mood, especially this one, Wish, so good. Their vinyls have always been really expensive if I come across it, so I just figured I'm going to collect them on CD. I'm going to focus on that until I find like a great collection of the Cure on vinyl. Okay, so this is 17 Seconds. And it kind of sounds like it's working its way all the way up to song number 7. It sounds like a DJ set, a forest. So good. Actually heard it on Instagram and I thought the DJ was mixing it, but turns out it's just the Cure. So it led me to this album, The Cure Remixed. Mix It Up. And this has all the great songs that if you love the Cure, but remixed, altered, a little bit different, remixed by Robert Smith. So I think if I come across this one on vinyl, I'm gonna get it. Here is my pre-order of Bon Iver's music. I have been waiting to open this up until I was ready to film. I've been seeing videos online of people opening up their album. My copy, it is one black vinyl and one yellow vinyl, and at first I was surprised there was 2 LPs. This just plays beautifully all together. It's a full-length studio album. And then you get a 45 RPM with 3 songs on this black vinyl of just longer, softer, more intimate songs, and I was just really excited just to dive in. I was surprised. It was pretty hopeful. If you know Bon Iver's, usually sometimes the songs could be a little sad, but there's just a lot of optimism in his lyrics, and also just fun R&B twists and turns, electronica music a little bit. He's always creative and his credits are long. So he had a lot of other creative people helping him. You have Danielle Haim, who sings on one of the songs, If Only I Could Wait. And then you also have Jacob Collier, who helped produce one of the songs. You also have Casey Hill. If you don't know who she is just a great artist. I found her a few years ago and I haven't heard from her. So it was really cool to see, oh, she's working with Bon Iver's team. This whole album is fun. My favorite song is There Is a Rhythm. It really shows me, oh, it reminds me to slow down in life and take it in. And sometimes there's highs, sometimes there's lows. And I just love when a song can just speak to me like that. So, I just enjoyed this album. If you are a big Bon Iver fan, you're really gonna enjoy this album. And I'm just really glad that he's still making music and he's still sharing his creative journey with us, because I relate. We are around the same age, going through the same things. And so this is just one of those artists that is just with me for life, and I enjoy his music. And I'm opening up another package of another book. Look at this. This is British Beats, 1960 to 1969. And I was recommended to get this book if I'm into like that 60s British rock. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be so much fun to just look at and dive into and just ultimately be inspired. I mean, I'm inspired by art and photography and of course music. This is gonna be a great book just to dive into. This is the British Beat, 1960 to 1969. I had seen a record cover case that was the Beatles for an insane amount of money. And I said, you know what? I have mine in the garage. I'm gonna pull it out and I'm gonna order a Beatles poster. And I found this great poster for a few dollars. This is the Beatles Anthology #2. And I'm like, #2? You mean there's a #1? There's a #3? I did not know that. I didn't even notice the 2. So those CDs are coming in the mail. I found a great price on eBay, which included 1, 2, and 3, but #2 is missing stuff. So it was at a great discount. I'm like, I got #2 already. So it's gonna be really exciting to hear some new Beatles stuff that I never heard before. So that's kind of what I've been into, kind of just taking it slow, taking in my albums, taking in some creative projects. I think it's a little bit more fun. Look what came in the mail today. This is the anthology albums, all 3 of them. So cool. So I haven't listened to 1 or 3. Gonna dive into that today. This is gonna be so fun. I already have this one, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with an extra one. We'll see what I come up with, but these are gonna be so fun just to dive into. Next package, it is from a seller you all know. It is from the Goodwill. Yes, the Goodwill is now selling on eBay, and I guess I gotta just go with the times. I found I Love Lucy DVDs. Usually I see VHSs, and so a DVD was like cool, just a few bucks. And the cool thing is that I was playing this and Gus stayed in the room to watch an episode with me. Nowadays entertainment is so niche, he never likes whatever I'm watching, and so it was just cool to watch it together and to laugh. It was really funny. I also found the Nirvana CD. I don't have this one yet. And I was looking at the credits right now and I saw 3 guys. There's only 3 guys on the credits. So cool. I'm gonna enjoy this album, I'm sure, getting to some Nirvana. And this is the reason why I was on the page. On Instagram, I saw a music video by Spike Jonze. He's a really great director from the 90s. I always enjoyed his work. And it said Sean Lennon. Sean Lennon. John Lennon's son has an album, and apparently a lot of the kids have made music, and so kind of diving into that, it is a part of Beatle history. The thing about eBay is you can't, they say it's VG plus or whatever, but you never know. So I had gotten this one, McCartney, and it was quite a bit, $13. That's a lot for me. And it was sealed. So I'm like, okay, $13, it's sealed. And I'm currently, you know, trying to collect McCartney stuff. And then when I opened it, it was warped. And then there was like a gash on the cover. And I'm like, wait, they didn't say any of that. So I got my money back and I asked, hey, do you want me to send this back to you? And they never got back to me. So right now it is here with me. But if the seller wants it back, he can have it back. Thank you for the hot tips. You guys have been sending me hot tips of deals. And that is a benefit of doing this YouTube channel. Ed from Hawaii is like my good friend of the deals. He sent me, you gotta check out youdiscover.com, $15 records. And so I found Natalie Furtado. I was a big fan of her when I was a teenager. I'm like a bird. But then I got mad at her for going hip hop, kind of, you know, back then, you know, I'm an 18-year-old young girl, and then my favorite artist goes into the hip hop realm of like shaking it, right? Now I can appreciate it because I need some fast, upbeat music. So Natalie Furtado, please forgive me. I'm back listening to your music again. I forgave her for going pop, but hey, it's fun. So I got that. And then this has been on the wish list forever, but I never found a good copy. This is Who's Next, The Who, and everyone knows this album, I'm sure. Next is the Cranberries a group I just adore. Oh my goodness, Dolores and her vocals and the drumming. I've always been a big fan ever since I was 8. I love the Cranberries, and I haven't heard this album, and so it's gonna be cool just to dive into something new. $15, why not? All right, the Goodwill, we love and we hate it, but I found some good stuff there. There was a lot. I found someone's collection. You can tell it was a body of work. It all made sense when it was all connected and together. There was Sam Cooke, Ray Charles. He even, I would say it's a guy, it's a man. There's Malcolm X, there's Martin Luther King. Anyone who was involved in the civil rights movement was there. It was, and then jazz, as well as jazz. And so I found Etta James at last. Now, when I looked this up at the Goodwill, it said this was like a $150 version on eBay, but I don't think so. It's Argo LP 4003. So, but it was $6, and I've been seeing this everywhere. I've wanted it for a long time, but I wanted the original for some reason, or like I wanted the oldest copy I could get, and it's a really clean copy. I'm so surprised. It's just I already took a listen to it, and it plays well. The cool thing, new policy, I don't know how long this will last. The guy said I could return any of the records or the CDs if they don't play well. Like, thank goodness, because sometimes I've bought stuff there and it doesn't play good. Next, I got Giant Jazz, Billie Holiday. There was a few different jazz box sets, and these go for $10 on eBay, so if you're interested, they're not expensive at all. A good copy, looked at every record before I purchased it. Billie Holiday is a vibe. It is like, you want to travel back in time, you play this album. It's very beautiful. I heard the first record, there's 3 in here, I think. And yeah, I was just really surprised at the quality. Oh, there's also a booklet, which I love the booklets. It gives a little bit of history, so I'll get to learn more about Billie Holiday. So this was a great find, $10. And then I got 2 CDs from another Goodwill. We did on a whole Goodwill day. This is Beautiful Minds. It's funny because I got it and I'm like, I could write to this music. It's just the score. And Gus said, but he lost his mind. It's a story about the guy losing his mind. When you're writing, you're gonna lose your mind. Which I thought was really funny. I played it that night and he started to write. So this music just inspires you, like just to get a pen and paper and just start writing. And then I found Angus. Angus is a movie I enjoyed when I was a kid. I must have rented this 5, 10 times. My dad should have just bought it for me. I would have made him go to Blockbuster and say, let's go rent Angus. Why didn't I just buy it? I don't know. Good thing we have the internet now. You could just buy it and purchase it and have it and own it. This album, I wanted it, but it was too much on eBay. It was like $10 and then shipping, and I got it for $3. This has the Green Day. I love the song is I Am Wrong by Love Split Love, which I didn't know was the Psychedelics. Steve in New Jersey told me that. Like, oh my goodness, I didn't know these bands are from bands. Look at this one. Steve in Pasadena, him and his friend did a live auction, and I got this one. I was so happy. It's the Ramones. I have not gotten into rock punk, and I'm so glad for all the little deals. It's fun. I think I have more fun when it's a deal. I have more fun when I gotta hunt for it, when I gotta find it, when I gotta look for it, than just like, you know, if I won the lottery and I just bought someone's collection. Like, this is well thought out, and so it's a fun process. That's what I have lately. Let me know in the comments what you've been listening to. What deals have you been coming across? You know what? Make a note. After Record Store Day, everything goes on sale. So something to look forward to. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.
Sometimes I fall for scams online. I just gotta like focus and read what the description says. Okay, this one's embarrassing. I ordered a Paul McCartney record. Someone printed the record cover and put it on a sleeve. What is this? I would never expect it, so I didn't like read that this was a printed cover, but there is a record inside. So I'd rather just say like It's just the record, $3, no sleeve. But, and then they sent a note, no returns. So it was $3, but it was shipping, so it was $5, $6, $7, $8. And I still got to go find that record because it's part of the collection.